Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Hunter x Hunter. It is episode 29 and you know what to do as always. If you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode, so see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, let's see. Interesting episode. It felt short in some ways. I mean, there was a lot in it, but not really so much to discuss about, to question, because it was very much what I expected, except for those three guys that we met. But let's see. The first thing that I realized that I really like is when Wing talked about Nen users, about those who are able to use it. The pictures that they showed in the background of people using it were surprisingly not so many fighters, but it was a politician, a cook or chef, a musician, and stuff like that. So I really like this idea that you can use this ability not just for fighting, but to improve your overall abilities in every field that is possible. So that is a really cool idea. So I think it goes towards the idea that if someone is like a prodigy, is like especially good at something, it's very likely this person is using Nen, is just able to concentrate his life energy into his work, into his art, into what he or she does. That makes sense. It's a cool idea, and I like this concept. I like that they pointed that out and did not just stick to fighters. So we got our Nen awakened, but not with a nice method, but instead with a sledgehammer, with the aggressive method. So Wing just forcefully opened the micropiles. And I can see why this is a method that normally is not used. Because, I mean, there are multiple things in. If there's an evil user, he could kill you by doing so or do harm to you. But then I would really question, why should he open your micropiles at all? He would just kill you, right? The other thing is that once they are open, all your life energy is just floating out until you're exhausted. So it's a way that you could take out an opponent over time. But that would mean that this opponent cannot be taken out by you otherwise. So I'm not sure. Possibly if we go back to this idea that not only fighters use it, it might be an option for someone to take out a rival he cannot beat in his craft. So when he just opens those micropiles and waits until his opponent is exhausted, and then, I don't know, challenge him to a shokugeki or to a political speech or whatever. Possibly that's the idea. However, this danger that you just lose your life essence floating out of you, as far as I understood, is only going so far that you're falling unconscious. It seems you're not dying from it, but I mean, then you're definitely weakened then. I think the most important thing, however, and he did not really mention that, is that you need to have like the correct state of mind to use it. And that is a thing of positive characters, that they are like the way is the goal as well. It's not just about having this power, it is how you got it. That you are ready, that you trained your mind and body, that you were able to be checked again and again if you have the right attitude. So by finding this way yourself, you learn a lot about yourself as well. I think that is a major thing. Killua and Gon are special in their very own kind of way, which you could see once it was opened up, that they were able to control it monitor instantly. So they have at least enough experience about themselves, about meditation and stuff like that, that they can control it. Although I still think it would have been beneficial for them to do it the normal way, but we don't have the time. So once they did that, they passed Hisoka with flying colors. That was pretty easy for them there. but Hisoka once again showed us that he's able to do more stuff. So he formed this kind of death face with his fingers. So he kind of mentioned to them, hey, you now know how to use it in general, but that doesn't mean you're good at it. I think what he said was, I could still take you out with it, like with a finger snip, just instantly. And I believe him. I mean, what they are able to do now is more neither. They have been thrown into an ocean and they are able to swim to hold themselves up in the water. That does not mean they are any good at swimming. So they really have to train that, to find techniques in using it, how to use it for better defense, to enhance your body, for attacks if needed, and so on and so forth. So there's still a long way to go, but at least they are able to use it now. And Hisoka kind of accepted the challenge from Gon, saying, if you win one battle here, then I will accept your challenge. I don't think he will end the fight then. He will possibly, if it is happening, just check how good Gon has become and give him advice in his very friendly way, and then just beat him to a pulp possibly. But I don't think that Hisoka will really kill him yet. He's waiting for an opponent that is worth, which explains why he is there. If there are any opponents worth, they are possibly in those 200 floors very often. So he's coming by from time to time just to find himself a worthy opponent to fight. And maybe some allies, as we have seen. So just from that comment and what we've learned about these upper 21 floors, I am pretty sure that it is very unlikely that they will win a battle. They will learn a lot, but I think it is more likely that they will just have like 1 or 2 wins possibly. And I think that's okay. We're still at the start. So you have 90 days to prepare for a battle. So within those 90 days, you can have a battle. You can have it at first day, at last day. You just have to have. And once you've finished a battle, won or lost, you have 90 more days until the next one if you need the time to recuperate. Which might be very possible in a fighting area like that. If you pass these 90 days, you are expelled. Makes sense. You're there for a job. If you lose 4 times within the first 10, so you just have 10 fights. If you lose 4 times, you're expelled. Which brings me to the question, what happens when you have passed 10 fights and you, I don't know, won like 7, so you're not allowed to go to this Olympics? Do those 10 fights start from 0 again? I guess so, right? However, if you win all 10, very unlikely for us now, you will be allowed to go to this Battle Olympics. And the winner, so that's the one with the most prestige, clearly. And the winner of those is becoming the number 1 spot, the one residing on the top floor, which is just a nice home to have. Maybe we'll meet him. It will be interesting who is on top, him or her. Oh, and yeah, you are allowed to challenge the floor masters if you're good enough, so we will see about that. I like it. So it was kind of interesting, all this background knowledge. I like the fact that they did not care at all about that. It was like, we just wanted to find out what's on top. That's kind of boring, you know? There's this girl completely fangirling about this Battle Olympics, the best fighters, the one on top, and they're like, buff, nah, well, you need 1 fight, right? Okay, let's do 1 fight, then it felt like then we can leave, you know? So that's, they have a different attitude about it. They have a different view of all of that. And I mean, why shouldn't they, right? They were there to earn money. They did that. They have some money in their pockets now. The upper floors do not earn you money at all. Possibly you get like sponsorships if you are looking for it. If you're good enough, right? And that will earn you possibly more money. But apart from that, it is just to challenge tough opponents and be known. So not really what they are looking for. And then we have met Guido. So he's one of the three. And let me check. I wrote down the timestamp somewhere. There it is. There they are. So those three, I'm pretty sure we will, why ever, meet all three of them in a fight. So Guido, the one on the right, has, I mean, they already showed it or told it in the thing after the credits that he's able to spin himself, which makes sense why he has only one leg. So I already asked myself, was that ever a human? I guess so, but if so, how the heck did he turn into what he is now? I mean, he very likely looks like one of those tops, those dancing tops, at least partial. He has this nozzle instead of a face. I mean, you can still see it's possibly like a mask or something. But why would you turn yourself into something like that? Or is it someone else who has done it? We're facing him right now, and I think the best option for this fight possibly is to attack him frontal, because he's using this spinning top to fight for him. So if you're just fighting with them, you will never harm him. You cannot win this fight. He just exhausts you over time. So you need to attack him directly. Although the problem there might be that you then have your back to the spinning tops, who will attack you still. But I mean, if you are able to break his concentration by attacking him, he will lose control over those spinning tops, and either they just fall down, or they will attack completely randomly, and maybe, just maybe, they will attack him. Just saying. So that's one thing. We have the guy in the wheelchair, if you would call it a wheelchair. It's more like a small buggy. I think he can walk if he wants to. So fighting him, I kind of expect like run over attack, like he's driving around the arena all the time. Although I might be wrong there. I mean, but there must be a reason for this strange vehicle. And the one on the left, just by the face, I don't know why I expect some kind of facial change, like he's able to manipulate his face and look like someone else. So possibly he's fighting you with kind of psychic and memory-based stuff, like he looks like a friend of yours or your father, right? Or your big brother you are having problems with. So maybe that's an option he can do. And it would be interesting if he could do that. It's just because his face looks so meshed, like he can mold it somehow. But if that would be the case, then maybe we will have a clue where the big brother of Killua learned that from him. So much about those three. Looking forward to the next time. As I said, I'm not sure if Gon will win this fight, and I don't think it is necessary for him to win. Story-wise, they are not the strongest yet, and I think that's okay because they're still learning and getting stronger and stronger. It would be cool if Gon would win the first fight, but I think it's not necessary. It tells us a lot about those three characters of the direction here, that they are going over those who are new at the arena, so they are like, I don't know, trying to get the newcomers because they are easy prey and don't know how it's going. So they just try to win and are a bit of bullies there. But it's the easy picks, right? So seeing that you can choose who your opponent is, if you know who are the weakest ones. If you just want to have wins, you go after the weakest ones. But they will, even if you, which is unlikely, will have 10 wins in a row, you will be ripped apart in this Olympics because you never faced the strong ones. So if you're really for competition, you would not go after those that just arrived. You would check who is in there, who is a cool opponent for you and your abilities to grow on. But I think those guys here are different. Still other direction. So I think that's it from me this time. I'm looking forward to the next time. Until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.